Hi cuties, welcome to another episode of Litmas. We are at the computer today because we are going to be looking at the Goodreads Choice Awards opening round today. And later in this video, we will see the second round. And then later in this video, we will see the final results. So I wanted to look at all the nominees, kind of place my bets on who I think is going to make it to the next round and who might be the winner. So we're going to kind of evaluate as we go. So this is part one right now. I have already placed a few votes because I got excited and I couldn't resist. But I haven't voted in every category because I haven't read all the books or any in some categories. So we're just going to look. Some of these I'm not even going to know anything about. Not going to know anything. This is Reader's Favorite Books of 2024. I don't know how they actually do nominations or anything. It doesn't totally make sense. And the categories change every single year. And I do know Rick Riordan is mad at Goodreads because they don't even have a middle grade category this year, which is not cool. He was like, look, I said I was just tired of winning every single year. Choose have somebody else. Don't put me in a category. And so apparently they just got rid of the category. I don't know if that correlates, but that was his tweet about it. The opening round right now ends in 8 days, and then we'll have the next round. So the first round is from November 12th to the 24th. Then the final round, November 26th to the 1st, and then the winners are announced on December 5th. FYI. I mean, by the time video is out, it's already been done. So let's go to the opening round. We have fiction. I don't read general fiction very often, but these are the nominees. We have Blue Sisters by Coco Melors, I Hope This Finds You Well by Natalie Sue, Playground by Richard Powers, Wandering Stars by Tommy Orange, Jolly Alderton's Good Material, Margot's Got Money Troubles by Rufi Thorpe, Real Americans by Rachel Kong, Swan Song by Ellen Hildebrand, The Wedding People by Alison Espach, Colored Television by Danzy Senna, Martyr by Kaveh Akbar, Greta and Valdin by Rebecca K. Riley, Here One Moment by Leanne Moriarty, The Mighty Red by Louise Erdrich, Sandwich by Catherine Newman, Welcome to the Hyeongnam Dong Bookshop, I hope I said that right, Hyeongnam Dong Bookshop by Hwang Bo Room, Tell Me Everything by Elizabeth Strout, Same as It Ever Was by Claire Lombardo, Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, I can say things, and All Fours by Miranda July. I don't know who's going to win. The only one I definitely know that was popular, at least from Herkyed, is The Mighty Red by Louise Erdrich. I'm thinking Sally Rooney is always like a shoo-in for a lot of stuff. I feel like Welcome to the Hyeongnam Dong Bookshop might also get into the next round. And then Margot's Got Money Troubles. I've heard a few things about that. And I Hope This Finds You Well. And maybe Real Americans. I feel like those will make it into the next round. I don't know for sure who would win, just based on like people who've read it from at least Herkyed. I'm going to go with The Mighty Red. But also I like Leanne Moriarty and Sally Rooney are kind of big names, and Goodreads Choice Awards is very much a popularity contest, and I know people vote without having read, so people just vote because, I mean, sometimes if I haven't read but I know the category and I know I want to read it and I know I would love the book, I'll vote. But in terms of the general fiction, I got no say in this. I know barely anything. If I were to read one, it'd probably be this. This seems like a book for me. But I don't really care for general fiction. All right, next up we have historical fiction. Have I read any of these? I don't think so. We have Behind Every Good Man by Sarah Goodman Confino, The Great Divide by Christina Henriquez, Long Island by Colm Toy. I don't know with those accent marks. I don't know. Colm Tobin. Marjane Kamali's The Lion Women of Tehran, which that's one I do actually, I think is on my TBR to read. Kristen Hanna's The Women, The Book Lover's Library by Madeline Martin, James by Percival Everett. Oh, somebody was talking to me about this. They were talking to me. This is the Huckleberry Finn. Yeah, Deb. I think Deb was talking to me this on stream. Anita De Monte Laughs Last by Xochitl Gonzalez. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say that name. Bullet Swallower by Elizabeth Gonzalez James. Husbands and Lovers by Beatrice Williams. The Briar Club by Kate Quinn. The Seventh Veil of Salome by Silvia Moreno Garcia. The Phoenix Crown by Kate Quinn and Janie Chang. Shelterwood by Lisa Wingate. The Paris Novel by Ruth Reicke. The Storm We Made by Vanessa Chan. By Any Other Name by Jodi Picoult. The Love Elixir of Augusta Stern by Linda Cohen Logman. There Are Rivers in the Sky by Elif Shafak. And The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhorn. This one's harder because there's a lot of big names. Kristen Hanna. This was a book of the month. So I feel like that one has a good chance as well for Lion Women of Tehran. Now that I know about James, I'm thinking maybe James will make it in. I think Silvia Moreno Garcia, huge name. Jodi Picoult, huge name. I know this one was also popular in her kid results from my surveys, The Love Elixir of Augusta Stern. And Elif Shafak is also a very popular writer. I don't know if this one was, that's the first time I heard that one came out. So my bet is really Kristen Hanna. I think Kristen Hanna really takes it a lot, I think. So I'm going to go Kristen Hanna, Lion Women of Tehran, Silvia Moreno Garcia, Jodi Picoult, and Love Elixir. That's what I think will win, not what I would vote for. I'd probably, since this is literally the only one on my TBR, I would vote for the Lion Women of Tehran, but I don't know the other ones. This one also seems interesting. The Great Divide. I feel like that one it's about the Panama Canal. Okay, so I like that. I like learning about history from non-European stuff, so yeah. Okay, we'll see if I'm correct on any of these. Mystery and thriller, another one I don't really read a lot of. Again, I don't think... No, I've not read any of these, but some are on my TBR. Well, maybe one is. We have Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. The Last One at the Wedding by Jason Rekulak. The Mystery Guest by Nita Prose. How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin. Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. Not What She Seems by Yasmin Engo. The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. The Teacher by Frida McFadden. Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. House of Glass by Sarah Pekkanen. The Return of Ellie Black by Emiko Jean. The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave. Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. And Society of Lies by Lauren Lang Brown. I think Richard Osman or God of the Woods by Liz Moore, a lot of people read that in her yet. I know that. I do think The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden will probably make it. Maybe How to Solve Your Own Murder. That one just seems like it would be in there. Middle of the Night, Riley Sager, big name. We have two different Frida McFaddens. The Boyfriend, The Teacher. Like, dang. Girl be writing. Lucy Foley is another big one, I think. I know that Return of Ellie Black is on my list to read because it's Emiko Jean. It might make it into the second round. I don't think it'll win. I think it's Richard Osman is so freaking popular that I think that one probably will win. If it's not like, it's between The Boyfriend and The God of the Woods that I think will probably take it just based on what I know of readers' tastes right now. So that's that. Okay, the next category, I believe I did vote. Yeah, for the one book that I had read. Romance. This one actually at least tells me the ones that I want to read. We have A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. Emily Henry's Funny Story, which I haven't read yet. Wild Love by Elsie Silver. Lies and Weddings by Kevin Kwong. How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong. Bride by Allie Hazelwood. The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood. Play Along by Liz Tomford. Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Lori Gilmore. The Pairing by Casey McQuiston, which I have read. I did not vote for, though. Christina Lauren's The Paradise Problem. Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. This was my choice. King of Sloth by Anna Huang. Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, Not in Love by Hallie Hazelwood, and Daydream by Hannah Grace. I voted for the rom-commers because it's the only one of these that I have read and thoroughly enjoyed. I really didn't like the pairing. I had a lot of issues with the pairing, but I really enjoyed the rom-commers. I did a lot. The rest I haven't read yet. I do think Emily Henry will probably be a top contender. Bride, I think I think everyone was talking about Bride. I do think people will vote for Casey McQuiston just because it is Casey McQuiston. I do think Leather and Lark will get her since Butcher and Blackbird was so popular. This Swift and Saddled series, this whole thing has been very, very popular. And God, it's hard. This one's hard. Christina Lauren's in here. A lot of these are very big names that are very popular. I think Hannah Grace will probably be in there. But I do think overall that either Allie Hazelwood or Emily Henry will take the romance category. Allie Hazelwood has 2 books anyway in here. Notice how I had one, Not in Love, one to read, and Bride is not. I didn't want an Omegaverse book. I might still read it anyway for like a thirsty vlog. But I do think these are probably the top contenders for a winner. But everybody else I've listed is definitely a contender for second round. At least I think. I think that's how people are going to vote for it. Right, and this year we have a romantasy category. Okay. We have A Crown This Cold and Heavy by Stasia Stark. House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. Feybound by Sarah L. Arifi, which I have read, did not like it. Born of Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden. A Dark and Drowning Tide by Allison Saft. I have an arc for this that I should have read a long time ago, but I haven't. A Touch of Chaos by Scarlett St. Clair. Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This is what I voted for, even though I don't think it's romantasy. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. Fate of the Sun King by Nisha J. Tooley. Gold by... I can't even see who that's by. Who is this by? Raven Kennedy. There we go. Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Maas. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee. Zodiac Academy Restless Stars by Caroline Peckham and Valenti. I don't know. I can't read it. Suzanne? Is that Suzanne Valenti? And A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen, which I have read. I'm going to do this one for a vlog. I know that. I know Sarah J. Maas is probably going to take it. Sarah J. Maas and everybody else. Sarah J. Maas. Like, Sarah J. Maas in the romantasy world, I guess, can do no wrong. But I disagree. I'm hoping the Spell Shop takes it. I know it's probably going to make the second round at least. I think along with that, we'll get the Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm surprised at how many people really love Feybound. I didn't like it. It didn't do anything. I also wouldn't classify Feybound as romantasy either. I really wouldn't. I would say it's a fantasy and there's a romance subplot, but it's like in a romantasy, I think the romance should be at the forefront, which is why I don't think the Spell Shop should be here either. I think it's a fantasy romance, not a romantasy. I do think When the Moon Hatched will make it through. Phantasma, I think, will make it through. A lot of people be reading Phantasma right now, I think. Yeah, and I think the Games God Play maybe will make it through. I know a lot of people have read The Honey Witch and they didn't really care for it too much. Same with Apprentice to the Villain. It's hit or miss. I've never even heard of this one. That's a first. These two right here, I do not know them. Everybody else, I haven't heard of Blood of Hercules either. Those are the 3 I hadn't heard of. Everybody else I have seen at least on TikTok. So I voted for the Spell Shop. Next is just fantasy. Just straight up fantasy. We have The Foxwife by Yangzi Chu. One Among Crows by Veronica Roth, which I have read. A Sweet Sting of Salt by Rose Sutherland. The Bright Sword by Lev Grossman. The Familiar by Lee Bardugo. A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. I've read both of those. The Blackbird Oracle by Deborah Harkness. The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer. This is my choice because I love it so much. 5 Broken Blades by Mai Corland. Alexis Henderson's An Academy for Liars, The Dead Cattail Assassins by P. Jelly Clark, Voyage of the Damned by Frances White, Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands by Heather Fawcett, Empire of the Damned by Jay Kristoff, Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune, A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Leong, The Tainted Cup by, I'm going to get it right, Robert Jackson Bennett. I always flip his names around. The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown, The Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden, and The Night Ends with Fire by K.X. Song. I think TJ Klune will probably take it. He's so popular, especially since he was going back into the world of House of Cerulean Sea. I think he will be it. I think, unfortunately, Jay Kristoff will make it in there. I want Lost Story to win so bad. I'm pretty sure Leigh Bardugo will make it into next round. A Sorceress Comes to Call, I think, will also make it into the next round. Lev Grossman's pretty freaking popular, so I think he'll probably make it there as well. Emily Wilde, I think, will make it. I would like other ones. Like, I would love Warm Hands of Ghosts to make it, and Tainted Cup. They're both really good. I don't know if enough people have read them, though. I don't think they're as popular releases as some of the other ones in here. So that's my vote. My vote is Lost Story. I want it to win. I don't think it will, but I want it to win. Sci-fi! Did I vote in sci-fi? I haven't voted yet. I have not voted in sci-fi because none of these I have read. We have The Stardust Grail by Yume Kitase, Yours for the Taking by Gabrielle Korn, In Ascension by Martin Makines, Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky, Baby X by Kira Pekoff, The Blueprint by Ray Gianna Rashad, Moon of the Turning Leaves by I never pronounce his name right, Wabgishig Rice, The Ministry of Time by Kalian Bradley, Annie Bot by Sierra Green, I Cheerfully Refuse by Leif Enger, Extinction by Douglas Preston, Sky Full of Elephants by Sibo Campbell, The Black Box of Doom by Jason Pargin, Red Side Story by Jasper Ford, Orbital by Samantha Harvey, James S.A. Corey's The Mercy of Gods, Beautyland by, can't read it, Marie Helene Bertino, The Family Experiment by John Mars, The Other Valley by Scott Alexander Howard, Absolution by Jeff Vandermeer. I think Absolution will make it through. I think James S. Corey will make it through. I think Annie Bot's going to make it through. The Moon of Turning Leaves will make it through. And the Adrian Tchaikovsky will make it through. I do think James S. Corey or Jeff Vandermeer will probably win it. Just they're so popular. They're so popular. I think Annie Bot was, I think, a book of the month. So I think anytime there's a book of the month, I think it's probably going to make it through. Maybe Ministry of Time. Well, also, I've seen a lot of people talking about that one. Other ones I haven't heard too much about. So also Red Side Story I've never heard of, but like, what is this? Apparently it's a sequel, but like, is it a gay West Side Story? Because that's what that says to me. Moving on to horror. This is one I voted without reading because I know I'm going to love it. And I voted for Bury Your Gaze. Shh, don't tell. Hopefully by the time this video's out, I've actually read it though, because I am trying to read it this in November here. All right, we have We Used to Live Here by Marcus Klewer. Klewer? I.e. if it's German, I don't know. What Feasts at Night by T. Kingfisher. Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle. Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. The Book of Witching by C.J. Cook. You Like It Darker by Stephen King. I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. Sleep Tight by J.H. Markert. A Sunny Place for Shady People by Mariana Enriquez. House of Bone and Rain by Gabino Iglesias. Blood Like Mine by Stuart Neville. My Darling Dreadful Thing by Johanna Van Veen. Is it Van Veen? Van Veen. This Cursed House by Del Sandine. Sandine. So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. Indian Burial Ground by Nick Medina. Murder Road by Simone St. James. The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. Diavola by Jennifer Thorne. The Angel of Indian Lake by Stephen Graham Jones. And The Bog Wife by Kay Chronister. I think, obviously Stephen King, because he wins all the time. But if we're not going to go Stephen, I think he'll at least, make it to the next round. I do think Chuck will make it through. I think T. Kingfisher will make it through. I Was a Teenage Slasher. Stephen Graham Jones is usually a shoo-in. I've seen a lot of people read Sleep Tight, but a lot of people not like it. So there's that. I think Indian Burial Ground will probably make it room. Simone St. James, big name, and another Steve Graham Jones. And I think The Bog Wife will also make it through. I've seen a lot of people talking about The Bog Wife. I don't know if they've liked it or not, but those are what I think will make it through. Next up, we have a debut, which I believe I have not voted for yet. Haven't voted for these. We have Victim by Andrew Boriga. Daughters of Shandong by Eve J. Chung. Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. The Ministry of Time by, I forgot it already, Kellyanne Bradley. Fire Exit by Morgan Talty. The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. Glorious Exploits by Ferdia Lennon. Welcome to the Hyungnam Dong Bookshop by Hwang Bo Rum. Shred Sisters by Betsy Lerner. We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver. How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong. The Storm We Made by Vanessa Chan. The Truth According to Ember by Danica Nava. All We Were Promised by Ashton Lattimore. Sky Full of Elephants by Sibo Campbell. Murder by Kava Ekbar. The Things We Didn't Know by Elba Iris Perez. The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. Masquerade by O.O. Sengoyomi. And Greta and Valdin by Rebecca K. Riley. This one's harder. I think Masquerade might actually make it in. I've seen a lot of people talking about this book. I think this might be where Hyunamdong Bookshop comes in. I think Voyage of the Damned will get in there. Daughters of Shandong, I think, was also a book of the month. And Ministry of Time. I think these three are solid for getting in. The Book of Doors probably as well. Yeah, that's what I think will get in. That's what I think will get into next round. I'll probably be surprised. I don't know how many actually go into the next rounds, by the way. There's also that. All right, we have audiobook as a category. I did vote in this one for Somewhere Beyond the Sea. That narrator, I love that narrator so much. So that's what I base this on, is how much I enjoyed the narrator. The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Hoyt? I don't know how to say that last name. James by Percival Everett. The Women by Kristen Hanna. Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. Revenge of the Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. Liz Cheney, Oath and Honor. Just for the Summer, Abby Jimenez. Here One Moment by Leanne Moriarty. Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune. Maybe This Time by Laura Baston. It's Not You by Ramani Durvasula. Small and the Mighty by Sharon McMahon. Bits and Pieces by Whoopi Goldberg. From Here to the Great Unknown by Lisa Marie Presley and Riley Cuff. Be Ready When the Luck Happens, Ina Garten. First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. Funny Story by Emily Henry. And 1984, George Orwell's. This one was read by Andrew Garfield, so I think that's a shoo-in. It says I read it, but I haven't read that version. I've read 1984. That's funny. So Somewhere Beyond the Sea is the only one I have actually read in this category as well. I do think Somewhere Beyond the Sea will probably take it again. I think Funny Story will make it through. Maybe because it's Andrew Garfield, then maybe Andrew Garfield will win. I do think Richard Osman and Sally Rooney, I think these guys will also really be contenders. Maybe Just for the Summer as well. It's pretty popular. The Women, it's hard to judge on what we think the audiobook winner will be. Young Adult Fantasy, you bet I voted. Okay, I've read a lot of these, or I have a lot of them on my TBR. So here we go. Dragon Fruit by Makia Lucier. I've read it. I hated it. Don't Let the Forest In by CJ... what is it? Drews. CJ Drews, which I do own an arc of. For She Is Wrath by Emily Varga. Immortal Dark by Tigis Gurma. Your Blood, My Bones by Kelly Andrew. This is the one I decided to vote for because I think it's fantastic. The Poisons We Drink by Bethany Baptiste. Where the Library Hides by Isabel Ibanez. The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller. I know this is going to come as a shock that I didn't vote for Defiant. But Defiant by Brandon Sanderson is there. The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland, I've also read. Wisteria by Adeline Grace. Reckless by Lauren Roberts. So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. All This Twisted Glory by Tahara Mafi. The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. Of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chen. Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Poranek. and Air by Sabaa Tahir. I think Air will probably take it. Heartless Hunter is pretty out there. I think Rebecca Ross will get in there. I actually don't think Defiant will make it through because a lot of people just don't tend to like the Skyward series, and I don't know why. You're missing out. I don't think Your Blood, My Bones will make it through. I want it to because this is a really good, like, paranormal horror tragedy. It's really good. I think Don't Let the Force win. I think might make it through. It's been really coming in strong. I've heard a lot of good stuff about For She Is Wrath as well. I think Holly Black will make it through just for being Holly Black. I do think Where the Dark Stands Still also. I've heard a lot of this, but I've also heard mixed reviews on it. So I don't know. I don't know why this isn't listed. This is on my TBR. I don't know why it's not showing it, but I know it is on my TBR. That's weird. So yeah, that's, I think also Reckless. I think Lauren Roberts is always a shoo-in now. I don't understand the appeal of those books, but you know, to each their own. Young adult, just regular fiction instead of young adult fantasy. See how they're different genres? Okay, this is another one where I didn't read it yet, but I know I'm going to love it. And that was Most Ardently. We'll talk about it in a moment. Well, we've got The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson, Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Lex Croucher, Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce, Thirsty by Jas Hammonds, Most Audibly by Gabe Cole Novoa. This is the one I voted for. It is a trans retelling of Pride and Prejudice, and I'm going to love it. A Bond Me for Two by Trinity Nguyen. No, what? How do you say it? Gwen? I don't know if I can say it right, but I know there's a right way to say that last name, and I always mess it up. When the World Tips Over by Jandy Nelson, Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, That's Not My Name by Megan Lally, I Hope This Doesn't Find You by Anne Liang, Under the Surface by Diana Urban, Icarus by Kay Ankrum, A Crane Among Wolves by June Her, 1,000 Broken Pieces by Tilly Cole, sorry, I have opinions on Tilly Cole, Betting on You by Lynn Painter, Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson, If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nowlin, Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Abika Yamide, and Heartstopper Volume 5 by Alice Oseman. I think Heartstopper will take it. I don't know. I do think Holly Jackson will get in. I unfortunately think Jennifer Lynn Barnes will, even though I don't like her. I want Most Ardently to get in so bad. I think Diana Urban is pretty popular. I don't want Lynn Painter to get in. Look at it's two. I have issues with Lynn Painter as well. I would love for June Her to get in. I don't know if people love her stuff enough. Icarus has been pretty popular, I think. And then Where Sleeping Girls Lie, I think will also be pretty. And Maureen Johnson. Maureen Johnson's very, very popular. But I think out of these, Heartstopper is just, you know, the best. So, but I did vote for Most Ardently, even though I should have like voted for Heartstopper Volume 5 because I've read it, but I'm like, it's going to have enough votes and I want Most Ardently to get in the final rounds. So that's my reasoning. Don't come for me. All right. Nonfiction. I have not voted because I don't read a ton of these. We have I'm Sorry for My Loss by Rebecca Little and Colleen Long, Nuclear War by Anna Jacobson, Framed by Jim McCloskey, Blood by Dr. Jane Gunter, The Science, Medicine, and Mythology of Menstruation. All in Her Head by Elizabeth Coleman, The Message by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Feel Good Productivity, How to Do More of What Matters to You by Ali Abdal, Meditations for Morals by Oliver Berkman, It's Not Hysteria by Karen Tang, Sing Sing Files by Dan Slepian, The Backyard Bird Chronicles by Amy Tan, How to Tell When We Will Die by Johanna Hedva, Revenge of the Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell, One in a Millennial by Kate Kennedy, Disney High by Ashley Spencer, Super Communicators by Charles Duhigg, Want by Gillian Anderson, The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt, The Kingdom, the Power, and the Glory by Tim Alberta, and The Devil at His Elbow by Valerie Bowerlin. This is hard to like pick what's going to move forward because I don't read this and I don't follow a lot of nonfiction stuff. I think Disney High will probably. One in a Millennial, I think those would probably be popular with the people who are voting. I'm going to say it by that. The people who are voting in Goodreads. Okay, that's how you have to judge this. I think It's Not Hysteria, probably. Maybe Feel Good Productivity. I think Ta-Nehisi Coates is just very, very popular anyway, so maybe that one. And yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I don't know enough about the others to really judge what will do this. I think Framed probably will. It's John Grisham and Jim McCloskey. I didn't say John Grisham before. That's true crime though. So the true crimes, I think, will probably take it a lot because true crime is so popular. So, all right. Next category is memoir. I have not voted because I don't read a ton of memoirs. Be Ready When the Luck Happens by Ina Garten. I don't know if it's Ina or Ina. I don't know. An Unfinished Love Story by Doris Kearns Goodwin. From Here to the Great Unknown by Lisa Marie Presley and Riley Koff. Bits and Pieces by Whoopi Goldberg. The Friday Afternoon Club by Griffin Dunn. Oath and Honor by Liz Cheney. Hereafter by Amy Lynn. The Manicurist's Daughter by Susan Liu. I Shouldn't Be Telling You This by Chelsea Devantes. Loud by Drew Afualo. Knife by Salman Rushdie. The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. A Well-Trained Wife by Tia Levings. The House of Hidden Meanings by RuPaul. The Wise by Simone Gorindo. Grief is for Peoples by Sloane Crossley. My Side of the River by Elizabeth Camarillo Gutierrez. There's Always This Year by Hanif, I can't read it, Hanif Abdurakib. Okay. Sociopath, a memoir by Patrice Gagny. And Wanted, Toddler's Personal Assistant by Stephanie Kaiser. Definitely think RuPaul will be in there. I think Kelly Bishop will be in there. I think Lisa Marie Presley will be in there. And Whoopi Goldberg, because they're celebrities. And celebrities always get in. I do think Sociopath. I've seen a lot of people talking about Sociopath. Well-Trained Wife, I think, will also be in there. And yeah, that's what I'm voting for. That's what I think will make it through. Yeah. History and Biography. Another one I don't read a lot of. The Siege by Ben McIntyre. The Wide, Wide Sea by Hampton Sides. American Scary by Jeremy Dauber. When Women Ran, Fifth Avenue by Julie Sato. The Small and the Mighty by Sharon McMahon. The Situation Room by George Stephanopoulos. The Lost Tomb by Douglas Preston. The Elements of Marie Curie by Davis Sobel. The Demon of Unrest by Eric Larson. Women in the Valley of the Kings by Kathleen Shepard. Not Your China Doll by Kata Gee Salisbury. When the Sea Came Alive by Garrett M. Graff. Nexus by Yuval Noah Harari. Challenger by Adam Higginbotham. The Bookshop, A History of the American Bookstore by Evan Friss. Everyone Who Is Gone Is Here by Jonathan Blitzer. Eden Undone by Abbott Collar. Madness by Antonia Hilton. Ask Not by Maureen Callahan. And By the Fire We Carry by Rebecca Nagel. I think Kennedys. This is about the Kennedys. This is a true crime-ish, sort of, with World War II. I think Challenger will go through. I think Not Your China Doll probably will. I think Marie Curie will do it. Situation Room, because it's about presidents in crisis, that might currently be a thing. I think American Scary will also be in there. The Siege might also, just based on that. That's kind of true crime adjacent. So that's what I think will make it through. We'll see if I'm wrong. And that's everybody. That's all the current nominees. So I will be back again with second round. And from that round, I will vote I will vote, and I will also predict who I think is going to be the winner. And then when that comes out, we will see if I'm correct. So part 1 of this video is concluded. I will see you in a moment. Hello, everybody. We're back for the second round of the Goodreads Choice Awards. We are in the final round. This will go on for 5 days, and then we'll be able to find out what's happened. So I just rewatched what I had recorded before, and so I could kind of compare what I thought, so we can see how right was I. So I haven't looked at anything yet. This is literally, it just dropped. So I'm like, okay, let's go vote. So this is for fiction, who I said would make it in. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. So the Mighty Red did not make it through. Okay. Intermezzo did. So there's a point to me. Hyungdam Bookshop did. Margot's Got Money Troubles did. I Hope This Finds You Well did. And that's it. The Americans, I wrote in shorthand. So that one did not make it in. So I got 4 of them correct as to what would make it in. I should have said Leanne Moriarty. Of course Leanne Moriarty would make it in. Okay, now I'm gonna say, who do I think will actually win? I want it to be Hyungdam Bookshop. I want it to be that. So I'm probably wrong. I'm gonna say Hyungdam Bookshop. This is my vote for what's gonna be number 1. That's what I would vote for, I guess. I think, honestly, you know what? I think it's going to be Intermezzo. I think Sally Rooney's probably going to take it. I think that's going to win because it's Sally Rooney. If I were to vote on, if I had read them, I would vote Hyungdam Bookshop. Put it on my TBR though, because I want to read it. Right, next up is historical fiction. I said Lion Women of Tehran, James, Seventh Veil of Salome, and Jodi Picoult. That's what I said for historical fiction. Let's find out. Oops. James. Okay. There's the Jodi Picoult. Lion Women of Tehran. And Seventh Veil of Salome. I was fully right on what I guessed. I can't believe I didn't guess The Women, though, by Kristen Hanna. That obviously was a shoo-in. I think that it's going to be Lion Women of Tehran. Or... that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Lion Women of Tehran. I think it could also be Kristen Hanna for number 1. But I feel like I hear a lot of people talk about Lion Women of Tehran a lot more than The Women. Of these, this is the one I've heard the most about. So I'm going to go with that. Mystery thriller. Oh, I didn't look at I'm not looking at the screen. It says How to Solve Your Own Murder, I think. Middle of the Night, the Lucy Foley, We Solve Murders, The Boyfriend, and God of the Woods are what I thought were going to make it. Let's see. There's The Boyfriend, the Lucy Foley. Oh, okay. There's We Solve Murders, How to Solve Your Own Murder, Ooh, God of the Woods. Oh, Middle of the Night did not make it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 5 of the ones I thought would make it in. I was correct. Okay, I think both Frida McFadden's got in. Both did. I didn't remember about Home is Where the Bodies Are. That's a big one too. I think it's going to be probably We Solve Murders. I think it's going to be the Richard Osman. It's that or it's going to be God of the Woods. But I'm going to put my money on Richard Osman because I think he's more popular than everybody on this list right now. Right now, at least. All right. Moving on to romance. I said rom-commers, Funny Story, Bride, The Pairing, Leather and Lark, Swift and Saddled, and Daydream. Let's see who made it in. There's Bride. Funny Story. Okay. The Pairing did not make it. Oh, the rom-commers didn't make it in, but that's what I voted for. Leather and Lark did. Swift and Saddle did not, and Daydream did not. Wow, I was way off. Well, I think Bride's going to take it then. I think it's going to be Bride. It's going to be Bride. Everyone was raving about Bride. I think it's going to be Bride. Wow. Apparently I don't know the romance people as well as I thought. Romantasy. I voted for The Spell Shop, even though I don't think it's romantasy. There's Sarah J. Maas is in there. Jennifer Armentrout is in there. When the Moon Hatched, Phantasma, and The Games God Play were what I thought would make it through. Let's find out. Spell Shop's there! We're voting. Sorry. I'm voting for that right now. Okay. Well, I was right. The Sarah J. Maas is there. The Jennifer Armentrout's there. When the Moon Hatched is there. Phantasma is there. The Games Gods Play was not in there. Shocker. I'm voting Spell Shop. I want it to be Spell Shop. But I know the Sarah J. Maas fandom is voracious, and I think she'll take it. I do think she will unfortunately be number one. I would love to be surprised in that it is the Spell Shop, but I don't have faith in the mass community of people just standing Sarah J. Maas so hard in this world. That's my thought. All right, next up, we're moving to fantasy, which I voted for The Lost Story. I think The Familiar will make it through. Sorceress Comes to Call, The Bright Sword, Emily Wilde, and Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Let's find out. Somewhere Beyond the Sea is there. Book of Doors made it through. Lost Story made it through. Beautiful. Emily Wilde made it through. Oh, The Bright Sword did not. Oh, I'm glad Tainted Cup did, though. I didn't think a lot of people had read it, really. The Familiar made it through. I Am Sad a Sorceress did not, and neither did The Bright Sword. That's actually quite shocking. That's quite shocking. Well, I'm voting for The Lost Story. Hell yeah. Do I think it will win? I don't know if Jake Kristoff's in there. I think it's going to be TJ Klune, because this is the sequel to House on the Cerulean Sea. A lot of people love it. That's what I think will probably win. Maybe. It's that or Leigh Bardugo, because everyone goes nuts. Rightly so for Leigh Bardugo. But it wasn't a great popular one. Like, there's been, not controversy, but like, it's been hit or miss for some people. It was a hit for me. But it just in terms of like, sometimes people vote without reading. And so they'll see Leigh Bardugo and go, yes. You know, that's the mentality for a lot of the Goodreads choice. So as much as I want it to be The Lost Story, because that was fantastic, probably going to be TJ Klune or Leigh Bardugo. I'm going to put my money on TJ Klune. I'm going to put it there. Next up, we've got sci-fi. I said Absolution, the James S. Corey, Annie Bott, Moon of Turning Leaves, the Adrian Tchaikovsky, and the Ministry of Time. Sorry, sometimes I wrote the author name on my notes, and sometimes I wrote the book title. That's what I thought would make it through. Let's find out. Okay, Moon of Turning Leaves, Annie Bott, James S. Corey, Ministry of Time. Wow. I'm surprised Absolution did not make it in. I'm quite shocked by that. People were raving. Okay, by this standards, and the Adrian Tchaikovsky did not make it through. I'm gonna say the James S.A. Corey. I'm gonna say Mercy of Gods. I think that's probably gonna take it. In horror, I've said Bury Your Gaze, whatever the Stephen King was, What Feasts the Night, Stephen Graham Jones's Indian Burial Grounds, the Simone St. James, and The Bog Wife. Let's find out. What Feasts the Night? The Stephen Graham Jones. The Stephen King. Bury Your Gaze. I just want Chuck Taylor to win so bad. And the Simone St. James is there. Indian Burial Ground did not make it through, nor did The Bog Wife. Okay, well, I got 5. 5 correct. I want it to be Chuck Tingle. I want Chuck Tingle to win. I want Stephen King to not win. Because Stephen King, always wins. So, my vote is going to Chuck Tingle. That's also where I'm thinking it's going to win. Because, the craze. There's been the craze for it, so I'm hoping it's Chuck Tingle. For debut novel, I only said 4, so I wasn't confident in this one. I said, something Shandong. I just wrote Shandong on my notes. Voyage of the Dam, Ministry of Time, and the Book of Doors. Let's see. I got Voyage of the Dam, Ministry of Time, Book of Doors. Shandong did not get in. That's crazy. All right, well, I got 3. 3 were correct. I think it will be... I'm going to say Ministry of Time. That's my vote. I think Ministry of Time will take it. That's my prediction. Audiobook, I said TJ Klune. That's Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Funny Story, 1984. We Solve Murders. Intermezzo, Just for the Summer, and The Women. What do we got? Just for the Summer, The Women, We Solve Murders, Summer Beyond the Sea. Did I say James? I didn't say James. 1984, Funny Story. So I was only wrong on Intermezzo. Wow. So I predicted pretty good for this one. I think 1984 will actually take it because it's Andrew Garfield. And without even reading it, just fans of Andrew Garfield will do it. So I'm going to say 1984, just based on that. YA fantasy, I said Air, Heartless Hunter, Ruthless Vows, Don't Let the Forest In, For She Is Wrath, Prisoner's Throne, Where the Dark Stands Still, and Reckless would make it through. Let's see how right I was on that. Oh my god, Defiant made it in! Hell yeah! What? I didn't think... Brandon Sanderson is very popular, but people don't tend to like Skyward. Okay, Don't Let the Forest In, though. That's great. Air, of course. Heartless Hunter did. Reckless did. Ruthless Vows did. Prisoner's Throne. So For She Is Wrath and Where the Dark Stands Still did not make it through. I'm shocked. I think Air is going to win. I do think Air will win. Yeah, I think it will. For YA fiction, we have Most Ardently, Jennifer Lynn Barnes' book, whatever that was. The Diana Urban, The Lynn Painter, Icarus, Where Sleeping Girls Lie, The Maureen Johnson, and Heartstopper Volume 5. Let's see. Yep, there's the Jennifer Lynn Barnes. There's the Lynn Painter. Where the Sleeping Girls Lie. Icarus did not. Heartstopper. I'm glad Gwen and Art are not in love it. I haven't read it yet. Oh, both Lynn Painters got it in. Wow. Ew, Tilly Cole. Okay. I'm sad Most Ardently didn't make it in, though. So now I have to vote for Heartstopper because that's the only one I've read of these. I want to read. I just read Not Fame for the Heart, which is the next book. Or Lex Croucher's new book. They're not a series. But, wow. I am quite surprised. I am surprised. Okay. But I do think Heartstopper, well, either Jennifer Lynn Barnes or Heartstopper. I think it'll be Heartstopper because Heartstopper is popular anyway with Netflix and everything. So I'm going to say Heartstopper is going to take it. I think this, honestly, I don't think Heartstopper should be in here just because I think there should be a graphic novels category. I do think that separate formats, I don't know. You have an audiobook category, so you should have a graphic novel category. There's actually like a lot fewer categories this year than there have been in previous. So, all right, now for the last three categories that I actually do not care about at all, but I tried. We have nonfiction, so I said Disney High, One in a Millennial, It's Not Hysteria, The Message, the Productivity one, and Framed would make it through. Let's see. Okay, The Message, there's that. It's Not Hysteria, One in a Millennial, Disney High. Oh, okay. So Productivity did not and Frame did not. So I got four of them in. Oh, there is Gillian Anderson. How did I miss that last time? How did I miss that? Oh, no, Frame did make it through. What am I talking about? It's right there in front of my face. So I got 5. A Productivity one is the only one I didn't get. I feel like Disney High could because of the documentary that came out as well with Nickelodeon. So I feel like that is riding a bit on the coattails of that documentary. Or I do think Want might take it, or Nuclear War even. Gosh. Now that I'm seeing these, especially with the results of the election, I'm gonna keep with the ones that I said in the back. I'm gonna say The Message actually. Ta-Nehisi Coates, I think, very, very popular, so I'm gonna go with The Message. That's hard. Memoir, we had RuPaul, Kelly Bishop, Lisa Marie Presley, Whoopi Goldberg, The Sociopath one, and Well Trained Wife were what I thought would make it through. There's Kelly Bishop. Okay. RuPaul is down there. I see you. Whoopi Goldberg is there. Okay. Lisa Marie Presley. Sociopath. And Well Trained. I was fully right. I was fully correct on this one. Woo! I think that... Oh, man. I think Kelly Bishop's going to take it, probably. Or Lisa Marie Presley. I want RuPaul to win it. Yeah, I think Lisa Marie Presley will take it. I think the people reading these categories, I think it's going to be that. All right, last category we have is history and biography. I said Ask Not, Eden Undone, Challenger, Not Your China Doll, Marie Curie, Situation Room, American Scary, and Siege would make it in. Let's find out. Challenger. Ask Not. Okay. Marie Curie. American Scary. Okay. Only 4 of what I thought would make it through. I think Challenger's going to win. People are obsessed with the Challenger disaster. I think it's going to be Challenger. That's my thought. Okay. Well, that was round 2 of Goodreads. So the Goodreads choice does not update until, well, it says 5 days, but I think it's like December. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Winners announced on December 5th. So in the midst of Litmas, I will record my reaction and then we'll find out. We'll find out December 5th and you'll find out later if I was right or wrong. But those are my locked in. That's what I think is going to win. We'll see how many of those I get correct. Then I will see you in a moment. Hello, kitties. We're here for the results. We're going to see how right am I. I'm going to bet that I'm pretty wrong. I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in myself in gauging what I think should win the Goodreads Choice Awards. So let's go see the results. Let's click it. The first one I said was the Hyungnam-dong Bookshop or Intermezzo, I think. I circled both. I don't remember what I did, but that's what I said. But apparently it's The Wedding People. Wow. Are you joking? Wait, where? Okay, so we got third. Okay, I got second and third. Second and third place is what I got. This was not even on my radar at all. Ugh. I like the Mighty Red was one of my early guesses. Only got that many. That's pretty funny. All right, well, that's an on my part. Historical fiction, I said Lion Women of Tehran. I was hopeful for Lion Women of Tehran. Of course it's the Kristen Hanna. Why would I have thought anything else? 5th place, we had Kristen Hanna, then James, which is, yeah. All right. When in doubt, always vote Kristen Hanna. Stephanie, you know this. You know this. All right, mystery and thriller. I said it was going to be We Solve Murders. No, it's The God of the Woods. Okay, well, We Solve Murders got 7th place. Apparently, I don't know the masses. Also, these are not genres I read often, so I hope I'm more correct with the rest. All right, romance. Please tell me. I said it was going to be Bride. Looking at my list, I'm like, and with the Kristen Hanna thing, I think it's going to be Emily Henry, but I said Bride. It's Emily Henry. Of course, it's Emily Henry. Meh! Bride got 3rd. All right, and the Abby Jimenez. Okay. Okay, romantasy. I said it was going to be the Sarah J. Maas. Okay? I said it was going to be the Sarah J. Maas. It's the popular author. Maybe this time I listened and I was correct. I got 1! I got 1. Ha! I knew it. I'm sad that the Spell Shop is only in 5th place. Nonsense. This is nonsense. No, but I was... Okay, I've guessed 1 correct so far. Because I know the Sarah J. Maas girlies are wild. They stand so hard. All right, next up is fantasy. I said it was going to be Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, I got 2! Booyah! And then it's Leigh Bardugo. And then Emily Wilde. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised how low Jay Kristoff is. I am very sad that Lost Story is 8th place. Everyone, go read this book. It's so good. It's so good. Just wild. wild that it would be that way. All right. I don't know. Sci-fi, I said the James S.A. Corey. No, Ministry of Time. Okay. I'm going to make my own sounds, as you can say. That was actually 4th. They got 4th place. I don't even remember looking at this one. Antibot, I did predict would be in the top, but wow. Shocking. I gotta check out this Ministry of Time thing. It seems like, oh, but it's time travel. That's why I was like, I don't know. All right. Horror. Bury your gaze. Please tell me that I got this right. Please. No, of freaking course it's Stephen King. Why? Everyone just reads Stephen King. They just vote Stephen King because it's Stephen King. It is not fair. Bury Your Gaze got 5th place? 5th place! Alright, debut, I said Ministry of Time. No, How to End a Love Story, apparently. Ministry of Time got 2nd. It got 2nd. Okay. Alright. Wow. Oh, okay. Audiobook, I said 1984 because it's Andrew Garfield. No, it was Funny Story. Wow. Surprise. Andrew Garfield did beat Somewhere Beyond the Sea, though. This is what I voted for. Got 5th place. All right. Wow. I've gotten 2 correct out of 10 right now. If this was a quiz in school, I failed already. Wow. All right. YA fantasy. I said it was going to be Air by Saba Tahir. You want to load? Something's up with Goodreads. Something up with Goodreads. It's taking forever to load. Maybe if I click a different link, it'll work. Nope. I don't know what's going on with Goodreads. There we go. Oh, it was Ruthless Vows. Dang. Whoa, Air is all the way down here? Are you kidding? Maybe it just came out too late because it came out in October. Wow. Well, that makes sense that Ruthless Vows would make it because, yeah. Shocky deed. But look at Don't Let the Forest In. Heck yeah. And Defiant even beat. I'm so surprised. I'm really quite surprised. This should have been last place. This is my vote. Your Blood, My Bones got last place, and that was my vote. Cruel. You guys, you're missing out if you have not read that book yet. It's so good. Rude. Just so rude. All right, fine. YA fiction, I said it was going to be Heartstopper. Because Heartstopper, yeah. Heartstopper. I've gotten 3 right. All right, and then to the categories that I don't really care about. We have nonfiction. I said it was going to be The Message by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Nope. The Anxious Generation. All right. The Message got 3rd. Okay. Surprised that Gillian Anderson got 4th, honestly. All right, memoir. I said it was going to be Lisa Marie Presley. No, it's Kelly Bishop. Okay. Again, I'm guessing all the 3rd places. Maybe I'm just a 3rd place girly. This is interesting that this got 2nd because the reviews on it are not great. So, sad that RuPaul is all the way down here. But wow. Okay. And finally, we have history/bio. I said it was going to be Challenger. And it's apparently the bookshop. Challenger's way down here. I was way off with that. History of the American Bookstore, apparently, is it. So, of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 out of 15 categories this year, I got 3 correct. All right. Don't trust my instincts. Noted. All right. Let me know down below what you voted for or what books you've read that you're like, yes, this deserves it, or I should definitely read it and put it on my TBR, especially in the categories that I don't really read from. Let me know if any of those are really worth it and I should check out. Cool, cool. All right. Well, thanks for joining me on this day of Litmas, and I will see you tomorrow, cuties. Bye. We're gonna move myself into a corner down here. Kristen Hannon's Hannon. Welcome to the Hyungnam book. Oh, I did it again. Welcome to the Hyungnam A Crane Among Wolves by June Her. Wow, different author. He just farted so bad. It smells so bad in here now. Ooh, the winners. He just like audibly farted. Usually he's a silent but deadly kind of dog. Anytime. Let's load. Let's load. It's really taking its time. Taking its time. Come on, load. I'm gonna click it again. No, I'm gonna refresh the page. No, I don't know what's going on with my computer today. Hey,